What's going on, Salt Strong Nation? Today I want to give you guys a couple tips for targeting speckled trout under docks. This is a great time of year to be doing this because trout are on the move. They're moving through those intercoastal channels, and a lot of times they're using these docks as pit stops to get themselves some quick meals before they move into their late fall and winter holdings. Now, these are, again, a great place to be looking, but not every single dock is going to be productive. So I wanted to share some tips with you guys today on how to find the best docks and then how to properly fish them. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first tip is going to center around selecting the right dock. And now this is really going to be easy as you're going to want to be looking for docks that are outside of creek mouths. These are really going to be the most high percentage docks because as water is moving in and out of those creeks, it's going to be bringing and moving bait out. So those trout typically are going to be sitting near docks that are in close proximity to these creeks because it's going to ensure they have a steady flow of bait and essentially food. So make sure you're looking for those docks that are in close proximity to a creek mouth. Again, I really love targeting these docks, especially on outgoing tide, because when that bait gets washed up in that creek, it's going to eventually get washed back out with that outgoing tide, and it's just going to provide a steady flow of bait, and you can really predict exactly where those speckled trout are going to be feeding, which is going to be on the edge of that dock closest to the creek. So my second tip is going to revolve a little bit more around the timing, and I really recommend that you target docks in the late evening and even after the sun has set in the evening. Now, the reason I really like fishing in the evening is because the sun has warmed that water throughout the day, and as we get into the colder and colder temperatures of fall, those fish are going to be seeking those warmer temperatures, and they're going to be a little bit more active in the evening than they would have in the morning. And in addition to that, we've got a lot of dock lights that are starting to turn on, which almost is like a dinner bell to these trout. It really allows them to pick out prey as they hide in the shadows under these dock lights, which is actually going to lead into my third and final tip, where you're going to want to cast. And really all you need to do is make sure that you're pitching up under that dock light, specifically close to pilings. As we know, trout are very structure oriented fish, so they're going to sit right in that shadow line under that light, and as that bait is swimming through those dock pilings, those trout are going to pounce right out of those shadows and grab that bait. So to show you guys all these tips coming together, here's an example of me fishing a dock that is close to a creek mouth, again at night under one of these dock lights.
Oh, that feels like a trout. Feels like a good trout. Oh yeah. It's a good trout. Under these dock pilings, lots of action here.
So as you guys saw, if you use these tips, you can really figure out which docks are going to be most productive for these speckled trout. But if you really want to step up your inshore fishing game, I highly recommend you join us in the Salt Strong Insider Club, where we guarantee we're going to help you catch more fish and save money on tackle that you're probably already buying: reels, rods, lures, everything out there. We've got it in our Salt Strong Tackle Shop for 20% off for insiders. Now, I hope you guys join us in the insider community, and thanks again for watching.
Yourself or with your family, live salt strong and wear the line today.